To drive in, such a great race against, some very high quality horses. So, just absolutely thrilled with the opportunity.
Good luck.
Thank you.
One of the other horses on this front row that could play a part in this map. Here is Oliver Dan for Mark Pitt. And Mark Pitt, he knows how to win a big race. Mark, what are we doing early?
Yeah, look, it's a tricky one, There's sort of got a little bit of speed to me inside and there's a bit of speed to me outside. So I think I just got to try and drop in somewhere and, get a nice soft trip somewhere and, he'll be running on at the finish.
Good luck.
Thank you.
We could see if we can chat to Helliver's sprint last week. He came home following Hi, My Name is Jeff. That last quarter of his, he finished midfield, is the fastest last.
Just quickly pausing there at Melton to give you an update on the Meadows. It's very likely
$50. He won the Victoria Cup winner, won here, and then went over to New Zealand to win the New Zealand Cup. Recent winner of the Shepparton Cup. At one stage, he was 3-0 over Leap to Fame, who's now lowered his colours at the last two. So Leap to Fame, heavily supported to run a clear favourite. Republican Party, the New Zealander, is now the second favourite. The Sportsbet AG Hunter Cup, they are moving up. Runners are scoring up. Republican Party from barrier 1. He had this barrier last year and he finished third. Swayze won this race last year, drawn 2. Leap to Fame out of gate 6. Kingman from barrier 10. They are moving up. We are close to a start for the 2026 Sportsbet AG Hunter Cup at Group 1 level. One of the best fields we've seen. All set. Runners make their way into the back straight. A little over 2.5 laps. They're ready to go. And they are racing. Republican Party from 1 began very quickly, going fast as Wardan Buddy. Swayze couldn't match him in the early part. Back in the field, going off stride, was Oliver Dan there, and Kingman got checked. Kingman got a check and is galloping. Going into the first turn, the leader is Republican Party now, has been able to head off Wardan Buddy, who was looking as if it was going to cross, couldn't, and back behind them, getting a good run through, is Helliver. But it's the Kiwi in front now. Swayze looming up on the outside. Leap to Fame 3 wide is 6th as they move into the straight. Republican Party 3 metres. Swayze looms up on the outside. He's in search of the lead. In behind is Helliver. Leap to Fame getting up to 4th on the outside as Swayze's about to take over with 2 laps to travel. It's Swayze going clear of Republican Party. Leap to Fame in a familiar position. He's without cover. 3 back the inside is Helliver. Max Delight 4 back the pegs. Then Wardan Buddy on the outside from Jillaby Nitro. Mickey 2 Success the outside. Then 888 from Bulletproof Boy. Oliver Dan and Kingman tack on, and they are at the end of the field. They work into the back. They're about to complete one circuit, and it's Swayze in front. He's the older half-brother to Leap to Fame. He's the defending champion and the track record holder. It's Swayze 5 metres in front. Republican Party second. Helliver 3 back the inside. Leap to Fame is up racing without cover. Already Australasia's richest stake earner and chases the $1 million bonus tonight, and again he has to do it the hard way. He's without cover, 7 metres off the lead. Helliver 4th on the inside, then Wardan Buddy now with cover from Max Delight 4 back along the pegs. On the outside, Mickey 2 Success, then Jillaby Nitro, Bulletproof Boy. 888 third last on the inside of Kingman, and Oliver Dan is last past the 1200 metres. Lead time in 1:21.2, the first quarter of the last mile in 29.3, and along the front straight with a lap to go on the Sportsbet AG Hunter Cup of 2026, and Swayze starts to run along now. He leads Republican Party, who will get its chance via the Garrard sprint lane. Third the outside is Leap to Fame. Back in 4th position is Helliver. Then Wardan Buddy. Kingman's on the improve. He's whipping around them out 3 wide from Mickey 2 Success. Then came Max Delight, Jillaby Nitro, Bulletproof Boy, Oliver Dan and 888. 28.6 the second quarter, and it's Swayze down the back 3 metres in front. Leap to Fame being urged along, but he's still coming after the leader. In behind Republican Party, Kingman's up there 3 wide. The big 4, they're all there. Off the back, 500 to go. Swayze led 2 metres. Leap to Fame is lifting. Kingman's out 3 wide. Republican Party awaiting the run. Then Wardan Buddy, and further out Mickey 2 Success. Leap to Fame gets level with Swayze. Kingman's out 3 wide. Third quarter, 27.1. Then Republican Party on the turn. It's It's Leap to Fame with his nose in front of Swayze. Republican Party gets the run. Kingman out wider. It's Swayze kicking back. Republican Party coming through and Leap to Fame. It's Swayze in front. Leap to Fame trying to get him, but Swayze's done it again. Swayze, what a win. What a win. They are warriors. Gladiators of harness racing. Same trifecta as last year. It's Swayze, Leap to Fame and Republican Party. Then Mickey to Success, Kingman. Next home was Haliver from Max Delight, Jillaby Nitro, Wardan Buddy, and then came Oliver Dan with 888 and Bulletproof Boy. 28 won the final quarter, and the mile rate 153.3 for Aldebaran Park. What a race. What a win, Swayze. He has kicked back. Leap to Fame, put his nose in front of him. Republican Party's kicked on again on the inside. But it's number 2, Swayze, in the frame. They really are true gladiators of the sport. And that was some win. He was joined at about the 400. He's regained the lead, holding off both Republican Party and Leap to Fame. 153.3 the mile rate. And Swayze goes back to back. Gelding by Rock and Roll Heaven out of Let Us Reason. And raced by Boots Properties manager M. Boots, L. Drake, N. Jackson and Jay Grimson. What a horse, what a win. Stand by for the placings, for the minor placings. It really was some sort of a race when Kingman loomed up 3 wide down the back. The big 4 were all there and looking as if any one of the 4 were going to win. It's very, very close for the minors. What a CV that Swayze has, and Cam Hart going back to back in the Hunter Cup. A 2-time winner of the New Zealand Cup, already with a track record after winning it last year. The overall time of 3:14.4, a mile rate 153.3, a last mile of 153.2, a last half mile in 55.3. But what a heart, what a horse on track. Brodie Neuenberg catching up with Cam Hart after back-to-back AG Hunter Cup wins.
So were you always going to be in this one?
No, and
Cam, that's the biggest smile I have seen. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, I feel unbelievable. Just very privileged to be in this position to, be behind such a good horse. And he's been so good for Jason and I and Mick Boots and all the connections. And yeah, he just never lets us down.
Can you talk us through that race, especially that last 400? The best horses in Australasia all together up the top. How were your nerves?
No, I was feeling good. Once Grant sort of got outside me at the 400 and I could see he was niggling at him. I knew he sort of didn't have too much left in the tank, but once he could only sort of get ahead in front of me at the top of the lane, I knew this guy would kick back, and it's never easy to kick back and beat Leap to Fame, but this fella's got the same sort of traits as him, and just lucky enough to be strong on the line.
You have the standing ovation right now. Can you talk through that emotion? All of the
Ready to go. 15, 4 and 3. The quaddie result thus far. Shortest way home is with medals.
Numbers. Well, how about that Group 1 action there at Melton? Swayze 670, 190, held off Leap to Fame $1.10, who was so incredibly brave to the line. Republican Party $1.52, 6-1 in the 6th at Melton. The Meadows was over on Sky Racing 2, but here are your numbers.